create maps, study area maps using QGIS software. I'll go straight to the point. I hope everybody can hear me. I will go straight to the point, and I'm going to be presenting firstly on the introductory part of it. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. Now, I hope everybody can see my screen. I want to start with what is a GIS? We know that GIS means Geographical Information System, and which is actually used to capture, to store, to manipulate, to analyze, and also to manage information, particularly what we call spatial information or geographic information. So these are the things that GIS can do. It can capture, it can store, it can manipulate, it can analyze, and also manage spatial data. And what is the keyword in this GIS is geography. And that means that the data that we use in GIS are actually spatial data, data that can be gotten from different locations of the Earth's surface. And apart from this spatial data, GIS, the data also have what we call the attribute data. That means, for example, if you are collecting a data concerning Penang, you want to get a location of Penang, and then there are also attribute data that you have to get alongside with the location. Like, for example, how many people are staying in Penang, how many males, how many females. So these are all the things that are coupled together to make the spatial data, which can be used in GIS manipulations. So also, this data, like I've already mentioned, you can have so many things, so many information, you can attach them together with the location that you are interested in. Like, you can also have some other things like how many schools are there, how many industries are there. So these are all the things that we can use in GIS. And then, so when you combine the two together, then you'll be able to solve several problems. So GIS can be used for solving a lot of problems, when you have this data together. Then let's go to what can we do with GIS. Like I've already mentioned some of them. It can be used in problem solving and also for decision-making processes. We can solve problem with GIS. We can also make so many decisions with GIS. That means after we have manipulated the data, do all sorts of analysis, we can use the data the results to now make necessary decision concerning the particular location that we are studying. So we can also use GIS to visualize data in a spatial environment, and these are other things that you can also do with GIS. You can determine the location of features and the relationship to other features. You can also know where the features exist. For example, if you are interested in the wetlands in Penang, you can know where those wetlands are located. Or if you're interested in the forest in Penang, you can know where those forests are located. Or if there is any particular thing that you're interested in, you can locate it directly using GIS. You can locate it on the space environment using a GIS technique. You can also know the density of features in a particular environment. And then you can also know what is happening in your area of interest. These are all the things that we can do with GIS. And then you can also know how the area has changed over time. What has happened to the area over time can also be, can be found out using GIS GIS technique. So what we will be using, there are so many tools that people have been using GIS for GIS analysis, and for example, you can use several tools. For example, ArcGIS or ArcMap has also been used by so many researchers all over the world. And then the one that we have chosen for this particular webinar is QGIS. QGIS is an easy to learn software. As you will see when we move on, it's easy to learn, and not only that, QGIS is also free. It's freely available. For example, ArcGIS that I mentioned earlier on is not free. You have to get the license for it. But QGIS, you can get it freely. And I want to believe that everybody has downloaded this software so that we'll be able to also flow along with me as I take each session. So QGIS is freely available, it's easy to learn, and you can do a lot of analysis, a lot of manipulations, a lot of things with QGIS, and that is why we have chosen QGIS as the tool to be used in this webinar. I will go straight by how do we download large country boundary shapefile? That's the first thing that we're going to consider, how to download a large country boundary shapefile. Though I didn't provide this link earlier on, but if you can see my slide, you can see this link, this website, www. Okay, let me copy and then paste on the chat session so that we'll be able to get the link. So each of us can directly go to the website to download the country boundary shapefile. Now, this website is actually a website that has all the boundary maps, or what we don't call it map yet because it has not been analyzed, and it has not been prepared as a map, so we call it shapefile. So it's a country shapefile. So each country has a shapefile, what we call boundary shapefile. So this boundary shapefile can be gotten from this Diver GIS. So if you go to the website directly, so we just so you type Diver GIS. Okay. So I believe everybody has done that. If you have not, you can just take note of the website. Maybe later on you can go there. So this is Diver GIS, and then directly you have this country, and then you can select the country of your choice. For example, I'm selecting Malaysia. So I'll click Malaysia. Then if you come to the subject section, you see what we call administrative areas. If you open it, you see so many data that you can download for each country. You can download the administrative areas. If you're interested in inland waters, that is, you can download that. If you're interested in the roads, you want to work with the roads, you can download that. You can download railroads. You can also download elevation data for each country. You can download land cover data. You can download population data, and so on and so forth. So these are all the data that you can download for each country. But we are interested in the administrative area because the administrative area is just the normal country shapefile, which has the states. For example, each country has states. So you have the states, and also we have the districts under each state. So these are the things that you can get from the administrative area. So I will click administrative areas and then click OK. So you can see it has already brought the place for me to download the data. So I will then click download. So if you click download, you will see the download will begin, and the size is very small. So already the download has already it has already been downloaded. The data has been downloaded. So you can see it is a zip file. So that means that you have to unzip the file. So just get it from your download and then copy it and paste, or you can cut and paste in the folder. Open a folder for that, so that all the things we'll be doing will be in that folder. So you can open a folder and then unzip this MYS admin ADM. That means the administrative data for the country Malaysia. So okay, now, all right. So if you unzip it, like for me, I've already unzipped my own. So if you unzip it, you will see that there are so many data, so many files rather, inside that particular folder. So you will see that the MYS has MYS ADM 0, then in different versions. Then you also have MYS ADM 1, that means administrative 1. Then you also have MYS administrative 2. So these are the three different types of files in different formats. So, but when we get to QGIS, I will tell you the particular format that we use out of all these. So I haven't downloaded the country boundary shape file. So let's go back to the presentation slide. So already you have downloaded this, and then the next slide now. So the next thing to do is to extract the specific state from the country map. Since you have already downloaded the country shapefile, now we need to now go to QGIS to begin the techniques of extracting the states from the country. So let's go to QGIS. So you can open your QGIS software if you have already installed in your computer. So you can open the QGIS software. So I've already opened my own. So just go to where you have the QGIS icon, then you open it. So once you open, let me give us a few minutes to do that, because I know some people are probably doing it alongside. So you open your QGIS software, and after you have opened it, you will see, go back, you will see this interface. You will see this window, all right? And all right, so if you have seen this, what you will click on new empty project, new empty project. All right, so you just click on this, or double click rather. So once you double click on new empty project, it will bring this particular data face, or data view. So this is the place where you're going to do all the data manipulation. So if you have already opened this, the next thing to do is to go to layer menu. Okay, let me just quickly run through let me show you the different menus we have here. We have the project menu, where you have, where you can save the project that you are embarking on. You can also open an already existing project from here. You can also export your map from here. You can also do all sort of things here. So that's under project menu. Edit menu, you can see these are all the features there. View menu, you can see also. We have layer menu, we have settings, we have plugins, vector, raster, database. Don't worry yourself with all these different terminologies, but just follow the simple steps, and then you will get uh, you will be able to understand how to prepare your map. So what we are interested in now is to bring up that country boundary shapefile that we have downloaded. We need to bring it up in this QGIS uh, interface. So we'll go to layer. So go to layer, then go to add layer. Add layer. So add layer, we then so under add layer, there are different types of layers. We have vector layer, raster layer, mesh layer, delimited text layer, and so on and so forth. So depending on the type of layers you are working on, but for map production, we are only interested in vector layer and this delimited text layer, but we are not yet there. We're only working with the vector layer for now. So we'll click on add vector layer. So once you click on add vector layer, QGIS will now bring up it will bring up the interface where you are going to open the folder where you have the boundary shapefile. Don't mind my computer. I think just give me a few minutes to come up. All right, so this is it. So so this is the interface, and you can then click on this under this source. Go to this particular place, browse, and then it will take us to where we have the folder. So I will now go to where I have extracted the country shapefile. So for me, it is in this folder. Now, like I said, we have three different shapefiles for each country. We have the MYS ADM0, MYS ADM1, as you can see, and then MYS ADM2. Now, let me quickly explain what it means. ADM0 is just like the, the outside boundary of each country. ADM1 has the states, the boundaries for each state. Then ADM2 has the boundaries for each district. If your country may be, instead of district, like in my own country, we call it local government areas. So in Malaysia, it is called district. So, so we're going to now, we need, of course, what we need mostly is this ADM1, ADM1 and ADM2. But the format we're going to pick is this .shp format, .shp, MYSADM1.shp. So I will click on .shp, then I can drag my mouse down. Then you press Control on your keyboard and then pick, because I want to open the two at the same time. So you open also for local government or district. So ADM2.shp, then you click Open. So then it will come up like this. Then all you need, don't tamper with anything here. Just go straight and click Add. Just click Add. So now it has already been added to the QGIS data interface. So I'll close this one now. Just click Close. All right. So you can see the boundary maps for the states and also for the districts. So now if now going to the left hand side, you see this place, we call it the table of contents. The table of contents. So just if I uncheck any of them, like if I uncheck this ADM2, you will see I'm left with only ADM1, the states boundary shapefile. And then if I check this ADM2 and uncheck ADM1, I'm left with the local government, or the district shapefile or the district layer. Now, because it is already inside the QGIS, we don't call it shapefile again, you call it layer, because it's now a layer in the QGIS software. If outside QGIS software, it can be called a shapefile, but now it is a layer because it has been brought or it has been imported into QGIS. So now, okay, let me now, so the next thing to do, don't forget that we want to extract specific states from the country map, all right? So to do that, I'll go back to QGIS and then right click on MYS ADM1. So if I right click on it, it will bring up this, and then I click on properties. Click on properties. If we click on properties, it will bring up the property of the ADM1, which is the ADM1 layer. So it will bring up the property, okay? Now here, you now go to under label, because immediately it opens, it will bring you to the label. So click on this one and then select single label. Select single label. After selecting single label, it will bring up this. Then, okay, then come to under value. You can see value here, and change this name 0 to name 1. Name 1. Name 1 means the name of the state. The name of the state. So, so that the name of the state can show on the layer. So then come back here. If you want to change the font of the name, you can change the font here if you're interested. If you're interested in this, the size of the font, you can also change the size here. For me, I'm okay with the default, so I'm not going to change anything here. So after doing this, if you want to change the color of the layer, so you can just click Symbology. You can see Symbology. You click Symbology, you see Fill, Simple Fill. So click on Simple Fill. Then it will bring you to where you can change the color. Like for me, I like more of, I like light color. So I can just select maybe this one, and then I can click. After you are done with that, then just come here and click OK. So click OK. You can see now, after clicking OK, the names of each state has now appeared on the layer. So you can see Sarawak, Sabah, Penang, Johor, Terengganu, Kedah, and the rest. So the next thing to do is we want to extract, like me, I'm interested in Johor. Okay, Johor. So I want to extract the Johor state. So what I would do is if you're also interested in another state, you can also do the same thing, just follow the steps. So I want to extract Johor. So what I would do is to select this Johor. So you can see there are several icons here. There are several things you can work with here. So the one we will use is this one. If you want to know what each one is all about, just bring your cursor there. You will see the name will come up. You can see the name will come up. So, but I'm interested in selecting the Johor state. So you see here, select features by area or single click. So I click on this. So once I click on this, it will pick the tool for selecting Johor. So I'll just come to where Johor is and click on Johor. You can see it has already selected that. It has selected Johor. So the next thing to do is to, since Johor has been selected, so come back to ADM1 and right click on it. I want to now I've selected the state that I'm interested in, so I want to cut it off, or I want to duplicate it or remove it, or we call it the best language for that in GIS is extract. I want to extract Johor now, since I've already selected Johor. So I'll come to MYS admin 1 and then right click on it, then go to export. You can see export. So when you go to export, you see several options there. So select save selected features as, save selected features as. So click on that. So it will bring up this. So I want to save that selected features. I want to extract it. So I will give it a name. But before I do that, I have to navigate to where I'm to save that particular state layer. So I click on this. So to bring me here, so I want to open another folder so that I can put it there. So I name my folder as Johor 2. Okay, so Johor 2. So I'm saving it inside this Johor 2. So I will now give the file a name. So I'll say J, and name it anything, JHR 8. Then save. So automatically it will appear here, and then do not tamper with any other thing. Just click OK. Just click OK. All right. So if you have clicked OK, QGIS will process the command you have given, and then it will now bring out the state. So come back to the table of content by the left. You will see that the Johor state is already there. So if you uncheck this MYS ADM1, you'll be left with JHR state. You'll be left with that. So if you want to bring it up, you want to zoom it up, you just select, right click on the layer, the JR state, and then go to zoom to layers. Zoom to layers. So you click on it, it will come up like this. To come up like this. All right. So that is that. So we have extracted Johor state. Now we need to also extract the districts under Johor, the Johor district. So where we can get this is we can get it inside this MYS ADM2. So let me uncheck. Let me check MYS ADM2 and uncheck this. All right. So if you see, you can see that already it is showing us a place that look like Johor district, but we'll find out as we move on. So now go to that MYS ADM2, right click on it, and then go to open attribute table. Open attribute table. Open attribute table, I click on that. The attribute table will actually give all the different data that have been attached together to produce this administrative 2 layer. So you can see now the Johor, you can see the Johor, different districts under Johor. You can see them. Their names are also here. Batu Pahat, Johor Bahru, Keluang, Kota Tinggi. So what I would do is to click on one of them first. Click on one. Then you now press Control on your keyboard and click on the others one by one. Excuse me. All right. Until you have finished selecting all the districts under Johor. So now these are just 8 districts. So the next thing to do after you're done with this is just to close this. You have already selected the 8 districts. Just so close this attribute table. Close. You can see now it has been selected. So the next thing for us to do is to go back to the MYS ADM2, right? We want to extract it out now since we have selected, just like we did to the state. So right click on ADM2, then select export. Export as, you click on save selected features as. Don't forget this, save selected features, because that is already a selected feature. So you have to save them or extract them. So save selected features as. So click on this, then just like we did, if you remember the other time, you also navigate to where you are going to save it, and then click on, so of course I'm saving inside this Zoho 2 folder. So I will save it as JHR district. So click save. Automatically to bring it up, then click OK. All right. So QGIS will process it and then we'll bring it up the table of content. So go back to table of content now. So you can uncheck admin 2 and then you are left with Zoho district. Okay. Now, if you now want to bring up the names of each district. So what you will do is to right click on the district, the whole district. I click on it, then like we did the other time, go to properties. Properties, okay. Okay, if you want to change the, like I said earlier on, if you want to change the color, go to Symbology, it's already there, Symbology. Then click on Simple Fill, then you can change the color from here. I still prefer a lighter color, so I can just click on this this one, this light green color, and then you can change the style of the field depending on, depending on your interest. Some people are, more kind of, they like a lot of graphics. So you can do a lot of graphic work here if you are interested. So you can also select do you want a solid field or different types of field? So you can select that from here. You can also decide to change the outline of the layer. If you want the outline to be red color, to be black color, so I will leave it as black because it's already black. I leave it as black. So after doing this, all right. So want to include the names of the district. So I'll come to label. Don't forget, come to label. Now the reason why the name is not showing is because it's already showing no label. So come here and select single label. So after you have selected single label, then change this one to name 2. Name 1 has the name of the state. Name 2 is the name of the district. So click name 2. After you are done with that, you can then click OK. You can click OK. All right, so QGIS will process that and then bring it up. So this is these are the districts under Zoho. All right. So now the next thing to do, maybe you've collected your sample in a particular district. Like, for example, maybe you collected your sample in Segamat or Kelwang or Batu Pahat. You can extract each of them also separately. Like for me, I collected my samples from Muha. So I'm going to extract Muha. So to extract Muha, the next thing to do, like we did the other time, come here to selected features by singular, click on it, and then come to Muha and click on Muha. So automatically, you can see that Muha has been selected. So next thing is to extract Muha from the Zoho district. So I'll come to Zoho district under the table of content, right click on it, click export. You can see we are following the same steps. So And one thing I want to mention here is that the more you work with QGIS, the more you get better at it. So you have to, same thing goes with any software. If you're working with it daily, you get better. So, and then QGIS is so friendly that you can do anything. Even when you make mistakes, you can delete the project and start the project again. You can always get better as you do it more. So go to export, then click save selected features as, then come here to navigate it to the folder, and then click, give it a name. I'll give it Muha City, right? So then click save. So after that, don't change anything here, just come straight to say okay. All right, so QGIS will process it as usual and then bring up this Muha. So you can uncheck the whole district and you are left with Muha. So this Muha now, you can zoom it up to make it bigger. So right click on it, right click, and then go to zoom to layer. So it will bring it up. And then if you want to change the color like we did, right click also, go to properties, and then, okay, let's bring up the name of the city. So no label, single label, then of course it's still name 2 because that's the name of the district. So I want to change the color. So click on simple fill like we did, then can change the color to, let me make it something like this, okay, okay, and okay, let's say the style, let me change the style to, let's say dense 3 or something. So then click OK. So QGIS will process it. So you can see more is already written there, and then the color is there. So next thing now is for us to, I'm not even following my slide, but the same thing I've already repeated in the slide. I just try to bring the steps one by one. So no need to go through the slide, but let me just see where I am. So export, okay. All right, now this is where we are now. So assuming you have already gotten your study locations from where you went for your sampling, and you can get the locations by using a GPS device. Now here we have to be very careful because sometimes if you don't use a real GPS device, maybe you're using your phone, the accuracy of the location might not be, might not be, what the value you're getting might not be that accurate. So that will affect the exact location that you want to put on your map. So the best thing to do is to use a GPS device, but not the phone. And then, so if you get a GPS device, just know how to operate it and then get your latitude and longitude, and then what is it called again? And then elevation. If you are interested in elevation, you can also get elevation. Now, for me, I have already gotten mine. So let me try to open something like this so that you will see. I'll open this one that I have in my system. So you have to be sure that the locations are correct, and not only that, the longitude and latitude value must be in decimal. There are different ways of writing locations. I mean, latitude and longitude. Sometimes you can write it as degree, minutes, and seconds. You can write it as degrees and minutes. But the best one, the one that QGIS will actually that will identify easily is the decimal one. So you make sure that even if you get it as degree, minute, and seconds, just go online, go on Google, and type how to convert uh, degree, minute, and seconds to decimals. So if you get that, you can type in your latitude and longitude values and then get the decimal values. To convert them to decimals for you. These are my own points. You can see there are 3 columns there. You can see the first column, latitude, then longitude, then the name of the site. So these are the latitude values, these are the longitude values, and these are the sites, the name of the site. So if you have this, as you put it on Excel sheet, now the Excel sheet will only be, QGIS will only accept the Excel sheet in a format of comma delimited text format, or is it CSV format. It will not accept any other format. So you have to go back to your save as, which I've already done mine like that. So I just want to show you. So save as, then just click other format. So other format. So you can select the format that you want to use. So which is the comma, you can see it's already in comma delimited. So I'll just leave it like that. So if yours is not there, you have to save it as CSV, comma delimited. So I'll close this, then I'll close this. I don't need it. All right. So come back to your QGIS now if you have done that. So the next thing to do is to bring up this Excel sheet as a layer in QGIS. So go back to layer menu, click add layer, then go to add delimited text layer, add delimited text layer. So it will bring up this, and then go to the file name and navigate to where you browse to where you have the file. So I'll click on this. So you can see my file is here. So more data. So I'll click on more data, then open. Click open. So automatically after you have clicked open, QGIS will bring up the data inside that Excel sheet for you. So, but that's not the end. You now have to select the geometry of the location. Usually for GIS, for map production, we use, you click on this geometry definition, then you have to select which one is your X field, which one is your Y field. Now in QGIS, you have to use your longitude, not latitude. Longitude as X field, then latitude as Y field. So you can see I've already selected them, longitude, then latitude as Y field. Then next thing is to come to this place, geometry CRS, that's cross-reference system. Usually we leave it like this. It has to be WGS 84. WGS 84. That is the one that will give you the exact location that you are working on. So leave it as WGS 84. So come back and then click hard. Click hard here. So click hard. Automatically, it will be added. Then you can close this window. Just close it. You can see now. You can see the point, the sampling point have been added. Incidentally, most of them are located within a particular area in Muha. Assuming you have a spread of sampling, maybe some of them are different parts of Muha, you see they will be scattered all over Muha, depending on where you have collected your sample. So these ones are here. So the next thing for us to do, if you want to do all sorts of manipulations. You can also right-click on the table of content, right-click on MUHA data, and then go to properties. Go to properties. Okay, you go to properties. You can change the symbols for your location. You can change. You want dot black, dot white, dot blue, dot green, whatever. You can also see different types of symbols you can use for your location, depending on which one you're interested in. But I will just leave it as this. But I can change the, you can change the color. You can change the color. So just come here and then click on fill color if you're interested in changing the color. You know, maybe you want to make it deep red or something. I don't know. So you can change the color, do any graphic what you want to do here, depending on your interest. Okay. So you can change any other thing. You can also change even the symbol also. You can change it, but I'm okay with the simple marker. So, and then after you are done that, you then click OK. So you can see it has already changed the color. But I forgot there's something else we also need to change. Maybe you want to indicate the name of the site on your map. So right-click again. Right-click on the MUHA data again. Go to properties. Then go to label. Anytime you want to change name, you go to label. So you can see it's saying no label. So I'll just click single label. So single label, then already I'll select which name I want to use. Of course, it's name. So I'll just leave it as name. Depending on what I have in my Excel sheet. So after that, I'll click OK. You can see now all the sites have appeared. The name of the site are also appearing on the map, depending on how you want it. So site 1, site 2, site 3, or to site 6. So now we're done with importing our sampling points or sampling locations on the map. So the next thing is that you can see all these maps that we have already extracted. We have extracted the Johor state, we have extracted the Johor district, we've extracted MUHA city. Also, we have also located our sampling points on it. All these ones are just scattered. So we need to put them together. We need to make what we call a design. You have to design how you want the map to appear. So, and then I also want us to know that QGIS has two views. The one we are working with since is what we call the data view, where you bring up your data, you can extract, you can do all sort of stuff there. But that doesn't end. You have to now switch to the other view of QGIS to now design your data. We call that view layout view. Layout view. So the layout view, we'll go to get the layout view, go to project menu, click on project menu, then move down and select new print layout. New print layout. Okay, so come back here. So click on it. As you click on it, it will now bring up this that you have to give it a name. So you have to give that layout a name. So I'll give it a name as MUHA points. Give it MUHA points as you can give it any name. So click OK. So QGIS will bring up that view now. So this is our layout view where you can then arrange your map, you can design your map, you can make it the format you want it to be in a way that you want to present it for your publication. So now this is the layout view. Now I can minimize the layout view, and then so to continue to work with this, you have to first select the map you want to draw first, the map that you want to design. Now, since we have 3 different maps, I want to design the first. I want to design the country map. I want to design the country map first. So I will come back to the data view and then go to the table of contents and uncheck all these ones that you have, uncheck them, and then only check in the country uh, the country layer. So I'll click on MYSADM1. I want to show the states, the country with the states. So you can see it's not fully shown. So I'll right click on it and then go to zoom to layers. Zoom to layers. So you can see now the whole country has come up. So this is what I want to design first. So now the one that you want to design first is one you will check. So after you have checked on it, then go back to your, just come here and go back to the layer, the layout view. This is the layout view. So click on the layout view. All right. The layout view now, because you have already selected that map that you want to design. So come to the left-hand side and click on, these are the icons you will use. So just, if you put your cursor there to bring up the name of each of them, you can see. So we're going to click on add map. So I'll click on add map. So I've already picked it. So I will now go to where I want the map to be on the layout and drag it and then place the map there. So just drag. I want it to be on this side, the left-hand side. So I'll just drag like this. Once you drag, release the cursor, release the mouse, already your map will come automatically. So you want to, you want to reduce the size, you can do all sorts of things. You want to do it like this, or you want to increase it depending on anyone you want to do. So this is what I want. Okay. Then the next thing is to bring up so once you have clicked on this, I want to indicate the geographical coordinates on the map. So, and also I want to create a border. I want the map to be in this rectangular border, because right now the border is not shown, because if you click outside of the layout, outside of the map, you see that there is no border around the map. So I will click on the map again. So now I want this border to be permanent. So what I will do is to come to the right-hand side. Come to the right-hand side, you see item properties. Item properties. Anything you want to do with this map, you can do it here now. So item properties. So then you will now go down here. Go down here. So just keep moving down until you get to the first thing I want to do, like I mentioned, okay, I want to create the boundary. So I'll click on frame. Click on frame. So once you click on frame, automatically the frame will appear. It will be passed. So you can then select the type of color you want. Do you want it to be a black frame, or you want it to be any color? You can select. I'm okay with black, so I just leave this one. Click outside. Click on the map again, sorry. You can see already the boundary has already come up. So, so then click on it again, because I want the geographical coordinates to be on the map. So click on it again and then come back to item properties again, then move down again, move down and click on grids. Grids. So once you click on grid, this will come up. Then click on this addition sign. So click on it. It will bring up grid 1. So you click on that grid 1 and click modify grid. Modify grid. So this is where you're going to do some little stuff. So once you click on modify grid, this will come up. Then you can now show how you want the grid to be on the boundary of the map. So you come to this X and Y, because there are different, this is X, this is Y. So you have to now select how you want it to be. How many of the grids do you want? So you can then delete this 0 and make it, let's say 5. Let me put 5. If you put 5, click outside, you will see some lines on the map. That tells you that each of the coordinates will be put on each of these lines. So if you are not okay with that, if you want it to be more than that, you want to reduce, you can increase the number or you reduce the number. So let's say I put 10. If I put 10, let's say what will happen, you have a reduction. So I don't like it this way, so I'm going to return it back to 5. So I will make it 5. So already is there. Sorry, I have to click on the map again. Okay. Working with the grids. Grid 1, modify. Okay, so it's already 5. So why? I want the Y now. I want to create, so let's put 5 also. So if we put 5, what happened? You can see also it's like, so I think I'm okay with this. So then I don't want this line to show in my map. Some people will leave their maps like this. You will see the grid lines will show, but I don't want it. So I will go back to grid type. You can see grid type is showing solid. So I will change the solid to frame and annotations only. Frame and annotations only. So I'll click on that. So that will now remove the inside line. So by the time I put now the coordinates, you will see that the lines will not be there. So come down, keep going down, keep going down. So click on frame, frame style. It's showing no frame. So click on line border, then click moving, keep moving down again, keep moving down again. All right. Then you see now draw coordinates. So the coordinate now, you have to put it on the map. So I will click on draw coordinates. So you can see automatically the stuff, the coordinates appear on the map. So you can change the format of your coordinates depending on, this coordinate is in decimals. You can see format decimal. So I will change it from decimal to, I want it to be degree and minute only. Degree and minute. So automatically it will show there. And then the left side, I don't want it to be horizontal. I don't want the coordinate to be horizontal, like you can see, it's horizontal like this. So I want it to be vertical. So I will change the horizontal to vertical ascending. So you can see automatically it has made it vertical. Then come to the right hand side also, the right hand side. So the right, so I want the right also to be vertical. So change horizontal to vertical ascending. You can also make vertical descending. You can do any other, you can change to any style you want. So I'll pick vertical ascending. So vertical ascending, and then keep going down if there is any other thing that should be changed. Okay. All right, that's all. So you can leave this side now and come back to the map. So now this is the map, but it is not, there are some map elements that we need to have. We need to have the scale of the map. We need to have the legend. If you want the legend to be there, if not, you can just leave it. You need to have the north arrow. You have to show the direction of the north in the map. So to have this map element, click on the map again, click on the map, and then go to the left-hand side where you have all these icons. So you will see each of the map element that you want to add now. This one, say if you want to add picture, you want to add label, if you want to add scale bar. So this is scale bar. So I will click on add scale bar. So once you click on it, you come back into you come to the inside of the map and then drag it. Drag it and release. So once you release it, your scale is already there. You can see the scale is already there, but you can also manipulate the scale value. If you want to change the scale style, you can also do that. Just click on that scale, click on the scale, and then come to the right hand side again, and then you see item properties, item properties. So come back, and then if you want the style of the scale to change, you can change the style. Instead of having a single box, you can say line ticks down. Let me click on this line ticks down, and you will see how it is. You can see line tick down. Let me click on the map again now. So you can see it has changed it from box style into another style. So click on the scale again and see whether you can still change other things. Come back to the item properties, and then you want the unit to be kilometers, you can leave it as kilometer. If not, you can change it to any unit you want. Then move down again. You can change the unit multiplier. You know, for example, you can make it, let's say, if you say 10, so I make it 10, and then that's all. So come back to the map now, click on the map. You can see now I've already changed my scale. So now I want to still put the north arrow. So I'll come back to this left hand side, look for where you have the north arrow. So this is the north arrow. You can see add north arrow. So click on it also, and come to where this is where we usually in any map you see the north arrow is always at the upper side of the right hand corner, the right hand corner of the map. So come here and drag, and just drag the cursor, so you see the arrow, the north arrow is already there. So click on it, and then you can click on the map now, and then you see the north arrow will show. So this is the north arrow. All right. If there's any other thing, maybe you want to write Malaysia. You want to add text. You want to write Malaysia on the map. So you just come here, come to the left-hand side of the layout view, and then you see add label. Add label. So let's click on add label. So come to where you want to add the label on top of here, then drag it. You can see now you can, the label is already added, but you now want to you want to type Malaysia inside there. So come to the item properties again, item properties at the right hand side, then come to the main properties, then highlight or you delete what is inside, and then type Malaysia. Malaysia, okay. All right, so after you've typed that, you can also change the appearance. You want the font, just move down. You want the appearance of that to be maybe the font color. You want to change the font color to, let's say I use red. All right, then move down again. If you want to place it at the middle, just click middle or top or anywhere you want it to be. If you want to make it at the center, you can also click center. It will be at the center. All right. So, so that is that. Then you can come back to the map and drag it to make sure that. Sorry, I need to undo what I've done. So just click undo, undo. All right. So come back again. Okay. So this is already Malaysia. So I will just click on the outside of the map. So Malaysia is already written on the map, on that one. So now the next thing for us to do, I think we're done with this country map. So we'll go back to the data view of QGIS. Go back to the data view to now create the state map. So I'll click on the data view now. Don't forget I said anything you want to create, you have to uncheck the other ones and only check that particular one. So I will uncheck the country, and I only create I want to create Johor state, right? And also I want the state to include the name of the district. So I will also check in the district name. So but it is small. Like I said, what you have to do is to now go to the right click on the name of the layer, and then click zoom to layers. Zoom to layers. So this is what I want on the other one. So now I will then go back to layout view. Layout view. And then the next thing is to now click on add. Okay. Before I do that, please, let's come back to, there is something I omitted in this one. Let's come back to, okay, let me uncheck this again. Let me check this that I did. Okay. All right. There is something I omitted there. Let me go back to the layout view. So now the changes we have made there, we have to make it permanent, because if we don't make these changes permanent, when we're creating other maps, there will be some kind of distortion. Some changes will happen in the one that we have already created. So we have to do what we call locking. We have to lock the layers. So I'll click on the map again. I'll click on this map. Okay. Then go to the right-hand side, and then move down. Then you see under layers, you see lock layers. Lock layers, okay? Then after you click lock layers, this one will prop up, lock styles for layers. So click on this one too. So all the styles and all the things you have done here will be permanent. So now we are done with this map. So I will then go back to the data view again, the data view, and then pick the ones I want to do now. So I will uncheck this one and pick Johor district and the state. So I will make it, I'll zoom it up. Excuse me. Okay, zoom to layers. All right, so this is what I want to draw next. So go back to layout view now. So layout view. So what you will do, like I said earlier on, pick add map. Pick add map. So pick this one and then come here and draw what you want. So just drag it. Okay, and leave it. You can see it has already come up. So if you want to, maybe this one, you want to move this map to an upper side of this box. So what you need to do is to click, come back to the left-hand side, pick another item here, which is called move item content. So click on move item content and come to this map and then move this one up. You can move it down, you can move it anyhow. So I want to move it a little bit up. Okay, all right. So, okay. Now, the next thing now is to put in the map element like we did for this one. We have to create this, the boundary has to be permanent. Then we have to also put in the north arrow and the scale. So just go to the right-hand side again, item properties, and then keep moving down, keep moving down. Then you get to the grids. Okay, before the grids, put the frame. Click on frame, all right? Then go back to the grids, click on grids, then click plus, then click on the grid one, then modify grid. So once you click modify grid, then to bring this up again, you want to determine how you want the grids to appear on the boundary. So you just click. Let's say I want to put 3. Let's say 3. Let's see how it should be. Okay, let's change it to 2. Let's see. So we only put the coordinate on one side. So I want it to be more than 2. So I will remove this 2, make it 1. Let's see. All right, so just 2. I think I'm okay with this. So this Y also, I can make it 1. All right. Okay. So this is okay for me. If you want to change the value, you can make it 0.5. Put 0 here and put 5 here, 0.5. It also increase the number of grids you have. And then don't forget, I don't want the inner grids to show. So I will come back to grid type and select frame and annotations only. So that will only, it will remove the inside grids. So come down again, frame style, you click line border, then keep moving line again, until you get to draw coordinates. So click draw coordinates, then you want it decimal, or so like I did to the first map, I'll make it decimal minute. All right, then I'll also, this left side, I want to change it to like I said, I don't like it to be horizontal, so I'll change to vertical. So vertical ascending, and the right also, I'll make it vertical ascending. So, okay, now let's move down again. If there is anything to change, you can change the font type if you want. Okay, so that is all about the grid. So we are done with the grid. So you can come back to your map, click the outside of the map, and see how it looks like. Okay, so this is how the map looks like. Now, like I said, we need to put the scale and also the north arrow. So come to the left-hand side and pick the scale. All right, add scale bar. So bring it inside the map and drag it. All right, so you can see the scale is already there. So I think I will leave this scale style like this. I'll leave the style like this. Then next thing is a north arrow. Come here and add north arrow. So north arrow will be here. So the north arrow is there. You can click on outside of the map. If you want it bigger, you can increase just click on it and then drag it and make it bigger. So, all right. Okay, so that's a north arrow. Now, we also need to indicate, since we are working with Muha, so I want to do something to show that I want to show that Muha is my interested city. So I want to create a shape on it. So go to the left-hand side and then click on this hard shape. So click on it, then it will bring up, do you want a rectangular shape or ellipse or triangle? So I want a rectangular shape. So click on rectangle and come here, come over the map and drag the rectangle over Muha. So this is what I'm interested in. So leave it like that. Now it will cover the Muha, so you have to make it transparent. So come back to the left-hand side, the item property, you will see, click on the style. Once you click on the style, then click on simple fill. All right. Then come to fill color. You can see fill color, and then click transparent fill. So you can see it is already transparent on the map. So now we want to make it colorful. So you want to make the boundary to have so that anybody that sees the map will know that you are interested in that area, that particular area. So so you change the stroke color. The stroke color is the one that will make it attractive from anybody that is seeing it from afar. So click red. Click red. You can then make the thickness of the red to increase. You can increase stroke width. Just increase it to anyone you want. So I leave it like as 0.7. So that is all. So click on the map now. You will see it's already showing that you are interested in Muha. So the last one that we need to now bring up on this map is the Muha city having the sampling point. So to do this, before we go on, let's also make these changes permanent. So we have to lock up all these layers and the styles. So click on the map again. Click on the map, go to item properties, and then go to layers. Layers. So you can see lock layers. So lock layer, then also click lock styles for layers. So once you are done this, the changes are permanent. So then we now have to bring up the other map on this layout. So go to the data view again, data view of the QGIS. Something. Okay, the data view now. So uncheck the Johor district, uncheck the Johor state, bring up the Mua city, and then bring up the Mua data. You can see now. Then make it big by right-clicking on it, on Mua city, then go to zoom to layers. So you can see now, zoom to layer. So this is what we want to bring on board now. So next thing now is go back to the layout view. Layout view, then don't forget what you will do. You have to pick hard map, hard map. So click on hard map and then drag it over where you want. So you want it to be here. So keep dragging until you're able to get what you want. Okay, let's say I want it this way. Good. So can extend it a little bit. Okay, so now it has come up. The next thing now is to create this boundary to make it this rectangular boundary. So go to item properties again, item properties, come down until you get to the frame. So click on frame. So the frame is there now. Then go to grids. Click on grids. Click this plus addition sign, grid 1, modify grid. So once you modify grid, now this one, because it's a smaller section of the map, so we have to make it like 0.5 for the grids to appear. So let's say 0.5. Click outside, let's see. All right, you can see now 0.5. So let's make this Y also 0.5. So click outside, let's see. So why just have only one? Let me see whether what if we make it 0.5, 0.55. Let's see. 0.55. Okay, it's in the middle. Okay, let's try 0.8. So you can put in any value just to make sure, okay, it's not there. So I'll leave it at 0.55. Let it be in the middle. Okay, now I don't want the lines to show. So like I did earlier on, come back to grid type, solid, change the solid to frame and annotations only. Frame and annotations only. Then you go back to the frame, click line border. Okay, then move down again until we get to the draw coordinate. So this is draw coordinate. Click on draw coordinates. You can see the coordinates already there. And we want to make it decimal and minute. So decimal and minute. Then the next thing also, the left-hand side has to be vertical, vertical ascending. Then right also has to be vertical ascending. And then, okay, all right, so let's move on. Okay, that's all about the grid. Now we have already put the grid there. The next thing now is to put the scale and also the north arrow. And this one we have to put the legend because it's that's where we're going to show the sampling site. So let's start with the scale. So click on the arrow again, on the map. Click on the map. Okay, then pick the scale, add scale bar. Then come inside here to draw the scale. Just drag it here. The scale will be there. All right, so this is the scale. If you want to change the style, very simple. Just come, like I did the other time, just come to the item property. You can see anyone you highlight already, the property of that particular item will show. So because I've already highlighted this scale, so the item here, the properties I'm seeing here is a scale property. So this is a style. So I can change the style to line hop. Let me say line ticks up. Line ticks up. Then leave it as kilometer and leave it as this. So then come back here and just click on the map. So you can see now the scale is already there. Now I want to add the north arrow. Also come here and add the north arrow. So just drag it over here. The north arrow. Okay, that's that. Then I want to add the legend now. The legend. So the legend will come back to here. You see where you have the legend. You can see now add legend. So click on add legend and then come here and put the legend here. Just drag it rectangular form on this. Now you are going to have so many legends because you have to now delete the ones that you are not interested in. All the legends that you have here will be all the map items that we have in the data view. You can see all of them are here. So now go to item properties again and then move on. You can see these are all the items on the legend and we don't need them in this Muha map. We only need the Muha city and then the data, which is the sampling point. We're going to change the name later. So all these ones, we have to remove them from the legend. So what you will do, remove this auto update. Auto update, you remove that. Then pick each of the ones that you want to remove one by one. You want to start with Johor district. You want to remove it, Johor district from the legend. So here you click, this is a sign for removing. You can see remove selected item. So I'll click on this. So Johor district is gone. So I'll go up again and remove MYS ADM2. I have to remove that. So already is gone also. Then Johor state also have to remove that. So this is gone also. Then the next thing now is to remove the MYS ADM1. So that one also, I will click on this, is gone. So you can see now, we only have Muha data and Muha city. So I want to change this name of Muha data. So double click on it. Once you double click on it, you can delete. So I'll just say sampling point or sampling site or anyone, sampling points, okay? So that is that. So that is already done. So I can say back, so we click on here to back to the legend property. So this is legend property again. So I don't need to do any other thing except to now show the frame because, okay, before I do that, you'll see that if I click on the map, you'll see that there is no frame here and it's even outside the boundary of the map. So I have to click on the legend again. I have to click on the legend again. I have to drag it to be inside. Okay, I have to place it here. Then reduce this. So you can do all sort of manipulation here. Okay. So I need to make the frame to be there. So I'll come to the item properties, just move down until you see the frame. So just click on frame. So the frame is already there. So I can come back to the map now and then click on the, so you can see the frame is there, but it's already covering this map. So what I will do is to shift this map to the side. So what you will do, click on the map, on the boundary of the map rather, and then go to the left-hand side and select move item content. Move item content. So click on move item content. So come to the map now and drag this map to the side. You can see now. So, okay, a little bit. Just a little more. Okay. So I have to move it up again. All right. Okay. All right. So this is okay now. This is the legend, and then this is the map. So, so I have now the complete map of the country, the Johor state and the district. I also have the Muha city having my sampling point. So the next thing I want to do is probably to show an arrow, just to point an arrow. These ones are not necessary, depending on your choice. You can do an arrow from the country, linking into the state, then from the state, linking it to the city. So come here and say, come to the left-hand side. You can see this one. Just click on this, and then it will bring up the remaining icons. So these are the remaining icons. So click on arrow, add arrow. So click on add arrow. So I'll drag it from here to where, to this place. So once you click on the arrow and drag it here, click on it, and then right click also. So it will show the arrow, right? So click on outside now. So you can see the arrow is showing from here to here. So I want to show also from here to, from the Johor state to the Muha city. So I'll go back and pick the arrow again, add arrow, then, so I'll pick it from here, from this Muha, then I'll drag it to, you can do it anyhow you wish. So click on it and right click. So that will also, so this is the arrows showing from Johor to the state, sorry, from the country to the state, from the state to the city. Now, we have already created all the maps, we have designed all the maps. So what we need to do again is to, I didn't remember locking this one. We have to lock up this particular Muha city so that the changes can be permanent. So I have to lock it up. So click on the Muha city map, then go to the layers by the right hand side, click lock layers, then click lock style for layers. All right, so that will be permanent now. So you can still make any adjustment later, but it means that the changes you have made you will not lose those changes. So next thing I want to do, which is the last one before I export my map, is I want to give a border or a frame covering the three maps, so that my maps will not just be on a kind of, will be without border. So I want to create a frame or a border around the three maps, the same frame. So I'll come back here and say, pick add shape rather. Click add shape, rectangle shape. So I will now pick my rectangle shape from here and drag it over the 3 maps and drag it down and drag it down. Okay, and leave it. So you can see, as usual, it will fill up the entire map. So I have to make it transparent. So go to item properties, then click on style. Click on the style, then simple fill. Then after clicking on simple fill, come to fill color and make it transparent. You can see now it has already come up. So if you want to make the thickness of the outline of that frame, you want to increase the thickness, just come here to stroke width and increase the thickness. So that will be okay. So come back to the map and click on outside of the map. So your map is ready for to be exported as an image. So once you're done with all these designs, then come to layout, go to layout, the layout menu, still on this layout view. Go to the layout menu. Okay, you can save the project first. Click on save project. So then, because I've not saved the project, so that's why this one come up. So I have to give it a name. Let's say QGIS, open up, Joho 2. So I'll just say Joho project. Sorry, Joho. Okay, then click save. So, all right, so I'll come back here. All right, I can then all right, so I'll click on layout now, layout, then export as image. Click on export as image. All right, so then you can give it a name, give the image a name, Moha Iti something. So click on, so you can change the format. You can make your image to be in any format, either as a PNG format or BMP format, depending on which the journal you want to publish in. If they demand for PNG or BMP, depending on the format they want. So you can save your image in any format. So I'm saving that as a JPEG format. So then click save. So your map, it will bring up this. So you can increase the resolution depending on which one you want, or you reduce the resolution of the image. Then click on save. So QGIS will now export. It will now export your map. So it's exporting the map now. Let's give it some time. It doesn't take time, maybe 1 minute or so. So the map is already, all right. So you can see export layout successfully. All right, so it has been exported successfully. So I can now go to the folder where I have exported the image. So I come to the folder now, Joho 2. Let's make it a bit large icon. All right, you can see now my map is already here. So let me open it. Let me just open the map and see what will happen. So this, while the map is opening, all right, I think it's coming up now. So this has brought us to the end of how to prepare your sampling location. Okay, this is my map. My map has already come up. You can see the image now. So this is the image. You can see the country map, the Johor city, then the Muha sorry, Johor State and the Moa City with everything. So this is my map, which I've just created. So you can use this one for your publications or for anything you want to do. And if you notice that there are other changes that you need to make, that's the essence of saving the project. So, because if you don't save the project and you want to make changes, maybe after you have submitted the map for publication, they ask you to make some corrections on the map. You don't need to start afresh again. Just go to, let me minimize this. Just go to the QGIS, open your QGIS data, and then go to projects and open project. Go to open and open the project that you have already done before. So you can then make the changes from the data or from the layout view. Then that will be the end of it. So I believe everybody has understood how to how to extract country, starting from how to download the country shapefile, then to how to extract the state from the country, and also how to extract the districts, the cities that you're interested in, and how to put in your sampling point on the city that you're interested in, and then designing the maps, and then exporting it as an image for publication. Thank you very much. So I will entertain questions and answers now, questions and comments and whatever. So I'll entertain it right now. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor, for the sharing. Now we are in the Q&A session. So participants may open their mic and camera or to ask question, or you can type out in the chat box. Anyone? Questions?
Or you can type in your question also in the chat box. If you cannot, you can type them in the chat box, so I can also respond. Okay, a question came up. Somebody said, how can I perform statistical analysis with QGIS? Yes, you can do this, but that cannot be covered in this webinar, because that will take another presentation later on. I can also present on that later on, but you have to know that any data that you want to analyze with QGIS has to be a spatial data. It cannot be an arbitrary data that you, like, for example, maybe a data you collected from your, maybe you're reading your animal samples, you're taking some measurements, or you're performing an experiment, and then you are taking some readings, and then you want to analyze the data. You can't do that with QGIS. The data has to be the spatial data, or the data has to be related to the location that you're working on. So that means that in the attribute table, don't forget, when I open the country boundary layer, we all saw the attribute table, and you saw that all the country has the states, the district, so you can also add some things like the population of people in each district. So those ones, you can analyze those data. You can analyze any other thing that is attached to the spatial data that you are working on. So it can't be any other data. That should be a spatial data. Somebody says, how to match two maps from different countries? Yes, you can match two maps from different countries. Simple. What you need to do is to bring each country one by one in the, that means you import them into the QGIS data view, like when I started. So as you imported Malaysia, for example, as a layer, also go to your folder and import maybe Thailand as another layer. So when you have done that, so in your layout view, you can then bring each of them. So as you select, so just select each of them in the data view. So in the layout view, so you can draw each of them. They will be side by side. You can bring them together. So I think that answers the question. Somebody says, how do we do a putting point if the sample site is in the ocean? Yes, if it's in the ocean, okay, what you will do, because the ocean is also part of a country, right? And then the ocean is part of the water, the water bodies. So when you are downloading your data, sorry, when you're downloading the data, that's the country data from the Diver GIS. Remember we started from Diver GIS. So instead of administrative area, you will select the inland waters. So you will select that. So that will give you the waters that is within each country, or if it is ocean, within or around each country. So that from there, you can still map your points, because already you have the boundary or the shape file of the ocean already. So you can also do that, and you can mark your points from there. Okay, say for sampling areas are the lakes and rivers, can we use the same? Yes, exactly. The same step, just like I answered for, if you want to map your points in the ocean. So, because each country has, it will interest you to know that all the lakes and rivers in each country have already been, has already been, the boundary maps have already been created for our use. So what we need to do is to download the the, the boundary or the shapefile for that particular country, but you have to indicate that you are interested in the inland waters, or so that you can capture all the lakes and rivers within each country. So you can then do the same manipulations with the data. So it depends on the data that you're interested in. So that's one you would download on Diver GIS. It's because I was interested only in the land. That was why I picked the administrative data from Diver GIS. So if I'm interested in waters or in any other uh, areas, I will just select that from Diver GIS and download the shape file for that, and then I will extract the one related to my own study area. Yes. Somebody asked that, is there any limitation in using QGIS? Well, so far, I've not seen any limitation so far, because it can perform what I want. So I just use it. Like I actually I started with using ArcGIS. ArcGIS is not easy to get. It's more complex. It's more, so there are a lot of difficulties with ArcGIS. In fact, you might try to extract something, and then you have some issues along the line because maybe you missed a point. But QGIS can accommodate all your errors, and so that's why I now shifted to QGIS, even though I have the two of them on my computer. So, but I had to shift to QGIS because I discovered that it's free. I don't have the money to get license for ArcGIS. So I had to use QGIS. So I've not seen any limitations so far. Uh, Somebody has, is there attendance for this lecture? I think the moderator can answer that. Is there attendance for this lecture? I think there is. If I'm if the moderator is, I think there should be attendance. Any other question? Moderator.
Hello. Oh, so is there any question? Do you have any other question? If not, I think that's all for the Q&A session. So before that, Doctor, do you have any words to
Okay,
share?
okay, thank you very much. I want to say that while I appreciate the effort of the team in bringing up this webinar, I also want to appreciate the School of Biological Sciences, University of Science Malaysia, for the privilege also given to me to present in this webinar. So I want to encourage the participant to start using QGIS because, like I said, you can download it freely. You can prepare the map of your choice. So you can do anything you want with it because QGIS will give you the room to make your map in line with the specifications given to you by your journal, the journal article the journal where you wish to publish in. So instead of you searching for maps in Google, some of these maps may not fit into your own area of study, or maybe just be too general for what you want to present. So you can use QGIS to make your specific maps and locate your study areas, within the map. So I think I want to encourage everybody to start using it. It's easy to learn, and then I can also try to make my slides available. So maybe the moderator will share to you, and then there is any other thing, my email also can be gotten from the moderator, so that anybody can also reach me for further consultation. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Sorry for the delay, Doctor. Okay. Dr. Fistus, thank you. Thank you so much. This session is indeed enlightening for all of us, and we would like to say thank you again for teaching how to create a proper study map using QGIS. And all right, everyone. So now we have come to the end of sessions. Thank you for your willingness to be here today. We hope that in the future you will be able to create your own study map which can better be used for your scientific publication. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we end our webinar, I would like to remind all participants to scan the QR code for the attendance and e-certificates, as well as for you to get the recorded version of this webinar. So till we meet again, Assalamualaikum and have a good rest. Stay safe and just take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
apa participant?